Wolnez came by and kicked my vehicle just now.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Wolnez just went by and kicked my vehicle and was screaming at me and threatened to shoot me.
Threatened to shoot you?
Yeah.
Huh. Did you document it all down?
Well, I turned on my YouTube to make sure that I documented at least vocally.
Okay.
And that's
Did you... What's up?
that's about all I'm able to do most of the time is make a recording of the actual event while it's happening, or if he
Yeah.
does like he did today, which is kick my vehicle and scream at me. And it's documented that it happened because I make sure that I document it with a video.
Okay. Well, you did the right thing documenting it. You did the right thing by not, going after him or, fighting fire with fire. So good
Yeah,
job.
he antagonizes me once in a while. When he sees me looking for my camera, he starts yelling at me about my air mace. So he does watch a video or two of mine.
Okay. Well, you do have bear mace, and you will defend yourself if it gets...
I haven't been able to spray him with it yet, and I haven't been able to tase him with my taser either because I don't want to hurt anybody.
Of course not, Sean.
But he's still doing this, and I've got it documented over 3 months worth of this now.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
you definitely have the right to defend yourself.
It's September and it's December now. Well, I don't have the right to defend myself. That's the problem. I don't have the right to defend myself. That's what the mentally ill tag does when you don't have a friend or family member to help you turn it in. I go to the cops, I get blown off and sent around in mental health circles. I mean, it's insane. Nobody else has to jump through all these hoops when they're harmed in order to turn it in, but somehow magically I do. Somehow magically I have to spend over $60,000 in 7 years just to try to get help turning in crimes committed against me, and I'm flat broke. I am broke all the time. I don't have enough to live on doing this.
No, you don't. This is ridiculous. How it is right now. Absolutely ridiculous.
I've been trying to find somebody that I can call at nighttime when this stuff happens, because you guys aren't here in the evenings. But it's difficult because everybody's, well, at nighttime it's a different crew that's on, and they have a little bit different way about going about things. But I mean, it's people at Safeway keeping me safe.
Yeah.
And it's only when Safeway is open, and I have to make it to Safeway for that to happen. With Wolnez coming up and kicking my vehicle again today, like what am I to do? I can't defend myself. If I defend myself out of jail, I get locked up. I get in trouble.
Even if they arrest you on the false charge of self-defense, even if me or Candy went up to them and, either the police department or DOJ and told them, like, hey, this was self-defense.
Whoa.
I found that.
No, I accidentally pressed the wrong button. The thing is, it's about going in together, and when they're called and they don't call back, that's usual MO. That's why I say it's probably a good idea to look at some of the videos and listen to them, because this is what they do. They literally send us around in circles and nobody calls back. Candy still hasn't gotten called back. I'm sure they haven't called you back from the DOJ, and they're not likely to. I did get a call back from the Warrenton Police Department, I believe, but I still don't have anybody to make that call with me.
No. You did get a call back from Warrenton, though? That's awesome.
Well, it would be awesome. They didn't leave a message.
Oh, jeez. That's fun.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
That's what I'm used to. The other thing is either that or they call me from the restricted numbers, and you know that that's not going to go through. I mean, how
No,
can I tell the difference between them and, like
somebody
that
else.
when I was
Yeah,
showing you, it was 250 of those in one day. Like, how am I supposed to tell which one might be a police officer?
yeah, that's right.
And then they keep telling me, oh, well, let's get get a different phone number. Well, I've got now, what, 7 phones, 8 phones now?
Hmm. So what you do? What do the police need to file a police investigation on somebody?
Well, all that information that I've been showing you,
Yeah.
somebody needs to look at it and verify it and turn it in with me. Now, as far as the local police go, it's a conflict of interest to even go to them because they know that I'm trying to turn them in. They're not going to do their jobs. They don't have any incentive to do so. And that's the reason for getting the DOJ involved, because I've already gone through everything with the police. Making me go back to them is against the law. I've already been through everything at TFCC, so sending me to them is against the law.
Hmm.
I've been to every agency here alone, and that's the problem, is that I had to go alone. And then they try to pretend like none of this other stuff ever happened when they try to frame me like what they do right now. They're trying to pretend that because I cursed at 911 operators who were wanting to talk over me, that I was not having an emergency and was not being abused, and therefore I should be locked up for 2 years or longer. And that is not fucking okay.
No,
Pardon my French.
that's okay. Yeah, you're right. It's this shit. It has to, go down like this, especially with court. It just makes it a lot worse.
It does, because there's literally nothing that I can do about that except just wait until somebody speaks up and says, hey, what's going on here is wrong. But instead of people speaking up to others that it's wrong, they just tell me how wrong it is and how they're sorry it happened. And that doesn't help. I mean, one of the big things with being autistic is that we're immune to bullshit. That's kind of a rude way to say it, I guess, depending on who you are. But small talk it doesn't do anything. And that's what a lot of people give, is the small talk responses, or the expected responses. I'm sorry that happened to you, or, well, have you tried the police? Have you tried going here? Have you tried going there? The problem is that I'm a disabled homeless man. I got to deal with the assumption that because I'm a man, I must be guilty, I must be violent, I must be a rapist. I got to deal with the fact that as a homeless person, I'm assumed to be a crackhead or a meth addict, or must be a registered sex offender or child molester or some crap like that. And the thing is, nobody looks into it. They just harm me. With what the police did in Colorado, that follows me everywhere I go, and that's why I've been trying to show you what's going on. And the same thing with candy, because that literally is used to harm me everywhere. The officers that I was showing you, Officer Waylon Lolatai, the one that assaulted all those other people, I was the first one that he assaulted in Boulder in 2018. And that place that I was showing that killed 3 people, like, yeah, I was there. I was sent there for trying to turn in Waylon Lolatai. That's how they use jurisdiction. They'll have you sent to somewhere else in a different jurisdiction, and then they won't let you turn them in from the other jurisdiction because you're in the wrong jurisdiction. So then they send you back to the officers that you're trying to turn in to turn them into themselves. And then they tell you, oh, well, we can't investigate ourselves. You have to contact this agency, or you got to contact that agency. And I contact the agency they tell me to contact, and that agency tells me I have to go back and contact the original agency that I have an issue with. Meanwhile, the whole time they're fucking me in court, because between the actual evidence of what happened and what the police officers claim happened, what the police officers claim happened is what's heard, because I'm called mentally ill. My public pretenders aren't going to listen to me as a result of that. It's not in their best interest to do the right thing or to make waves, especially with a judge. They don't get paid for making waves. They get paid whether they win or lose, so it's no sweat off their back if they let somebody else's life slip away like they do with mine. You still there?
Yes. I'm listening.
I wanted to make sure I didn't hang up on you.
No, but my phone eventually will die. Although, we're good.
Mine's gonna die too. I've been paying a guy here to charge up my spare batteries at night, but last night they didn't charge. So
You've been paying somebody to do that?
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
A shame, Sean.
Well, I can't just sit in the library all day
No.
and wait on something to happen. I have to actually have my phone. I have to actually be able to go somewhere that is close to safe. I saw Wolnez 3 times today. He rode past me and Dylan, and then when he came back out, I didn't see him. But I did see him get off his bike and go into the building. That's when I went over to the library. I did charge up for a little bit over there, but like I literally have to have the ability to record 24 hours a day, or I don't get to record the actual instance of him doing that stuff. But then again, if I do record the instances of doing that stuff, the police aren't going to look at it anyway. They're going to give me the mentally ill treatment and send me back to TFCC again. Cares if I want to hurt myself or others. They don't give 2 shits if I'm being harmed.
No, they don't.
So it's a matter of turning all of these places in at once because none of them are doing their jobs, and the DOJ does need to get involved. But it's a situation where we need to literally hound them into doing their job. And that sucks. Like, you know, if I'd have had a friend or family member, the first this crap started in Tillamook with Molly over 14 months ago, we could have stopped this right then and there. If I'd have had a friend or family member who cared about that guy stalking me from Hood River, we could have stopped the stalking all the way back in Hood River. But the problem is police have no respect for us. They treat us all like we're garbage. And a lot of the people at Safeway say the only power that they have is inside of that store because if they call the cops at their own house, the cops won't show up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. This is true.
So I've only been called the N-word twice today. I guess it's a slow day.
Jeez.
But Wolnez didn't call me the N-word or any anti-LGBT stuff this time. He just came up and kicked my vehicle and started screaming some bullshit and then told me he was going to shoot me. Like, you know, it'd be nice if he'd actually follow through on that threat.
Sean, that's not gonna happen, dude.
Man, I'm sick and tired of people threatening to kill me. I've had to deal with this for 7 years now, everywhere I go. And people don't understand how that affects somebody, both physically and mentally. Like,
Yeah,
I can't handle this.
It's deteriorating.
They're literally going to
Precious
make
dude.
me kill Wolnez to protect myself from him, and that's not okay.
No, that's not.
And
Yeah, they want you to handle your business so they can respond to it. Because right now, the only thing those cops are really doing is responding to like bigger crimes, like cartel or murder or manslaughter.
oh, they're not even, they never gave a shit about the homeless or the broke, ever.
No, yeah.
When it comes to responding to crimes, they will come to Safeway every time you call in a candy bar being stolen.
Mhm. Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. They respond to who's got the money. And the problem is that them not responding to any of the crimes that I tried to turn in resulted in me having to say it's not their job. I was sent to Northwest Senior and Disability Services because they're supposed to help stop abuse. Well, then Northwest Senior and Disability Services says that's not what they do. And they give me a 45-minute list of the things that they do. And then it turns out that what they're actually supposed to, and I was sent to them for, is for them to do their jobs as mandated reporters. But they don't want to do that job, so they try to have me re-diagnosed. Like, that shit don't fly. They send me to TFCC because TFCC is supposed to help people with mental disabilities. TFCC sends me back to Northwest Senior and Disability Services because they're the ones who are supposed to take care of people with physical disabilities. Meanwhile, neither one of them are doing their jobs, and both of them are committing crimes against me in the process of not doing their jobs. Then they'll outright tell other people that it's not their jobs to to investigate any of this, and then there are adult protective services in the area. TFCC is supposed to be adult protective services, and they're not doing the adult protective services job. What they want to do is just the stuff that makes them a bunch of money, which is having us go back for therapy over and over and over again.
So I'm on Department of Justice right now, and I'm filling out a form for you. There's a form on here that you can send your message to the Department of Justice, and I have this message here. And the general topic of the message, now this is just a draw menu of the general idea of what's going on. And one of them is victim of crime, and then the other one is community policing, which is cops.
Yep.
Which one would you rather have me do? Would you say victim of crime, since I'm reporting it from what's it called? An advocate standpoint?
Well, it's both. That's
Yeah.
one of the problems is they keep trying to separate this stuff. I am a victim of crimes, but that includes crimes by the police.
Yeah, they have a message where you can type, like whatever it is. And I will include that.
Yes, sir. I have so much evidence. I just have no way to go through it all in my vehicle. And people keep giving me stuff, which is really nice of them, but it also makes it impossible to get to anything.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I'm not freezing, but I'm also unable to get to any of my paperwork, even the stuff that I have in the car. I'm unable to sort anything out or even get to a lot of the garbage I got to dig out. Like they literally see that I'm living in these conditions and they ignore it.
Yeah, it's a shame. We're figuring this out though, little by little. I hate, but we're getting there.
Yeah, the problem is that it's so slow going, and it makes it impossible not being able to sit with someone and do this together. It's like all that evidence I was trying to show you guys, and the same thing with Scott before he left, and Joe and all them. It's all important because it's literally what I've been victimized for the entire last 7 years. Like those messages between me and Natalie, that shows that it's not the way that she claimed it to be. And the stuff with Waylon Lolatai and all the people he was assaulting, and like I get treated like I made this all up. And obviously those people do exist. Obviously my paperwork does exist.
So
It'd definitely be under criminal, but the complaining about the police needs to be on there
Yes.
too, because they sent me around in circles over who I need to turn them into. And the people they told me I have to turn them into said, no, it's not their jobs. And that was the state troopers. Now, I've been doing this for 7 years, being bullied into moving to somewhere new. And then once I get bullied into moving somewhere new, I get fucked with by the cops before I make any friends. And the closest I make to friends is drug addicts out on the street. So I guess the thing with Wolnez, it is really important because he's still doing this stuff. But again, the major problem is the improper police response to homeless men. They have this argument over whether I'm physically disabled or mentally disabled, and they use that as their excuse to literally do nothing, while the police use he's mentally ill as an excuse to literally do nothing. And this just results in me being harmed over and over again.
Sean, how do you spell wolnez?
WOLNEZ.
Okay, got it. All right. Is there a cops that you know their first and last names in Tacoma County?
The cops that were doing bad shit. I know Lynn Lothman.
So Lyn.
Lynn. Lothman.
Olth.
Lothman.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Martinez.
Martinez?
Yep, I don't know his first name though. There's also Timothy Sadler.
Sadler?
Sadler.
Okay.
And there's also Harold and who's the other one? I'm sorry about this. It's pretty important. It's just drawing a blank at the moment. See, that's one of the problems with it not being just one incident. I mean, it's literally been dozens of instances over the last year. Trent Olson.
Hold on. Okay. How do you spell that? Sorry.
Trent. Trent Olson, Olsen.
Okay. So Lynn Lothman is a police officer or is he a sheriff?
Police. They're all police officers.
Okay. Police. I'm just going to make notes right now. Police. Police. Okay. All right. So I got the names. And I'm assuming that you have evidence on all these people.
Yes, sir. That's the problem with having to have somebody help me go through it all, because me not being able to carry everything to the library, especially since now I can't even drive out to storage to get a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Having to do it on my phone is an impossibility. If it was like, for example, the first situation with Lothman, if I'd have been allowed to turn it in when it first happened, I could have turned it in that day and it would have been fresh on my YouTube channel. However, I've made over 1,000 videos since I've been here. So now that it's been this long, it'll take me literally hundreds of hours just to go through to try to find those videos. And then there's the stuff that's the audio recordings.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I mean, I've gone to them about nearly every crime that was committed before the situation about 3 or 4 months ago. But the thing is, like, I had to go through this in Nebraska, too, where I called 911 about the abuse, and the police wouldn't do anything, and I explained to them, hey, the cops aren't going to do anything. I'm trying to turn in the local police. They're not going to do a damn thing to help me. And as a result, I just got run around in circles until I finally thought I had help turning them in, but instead I ended up in prison.
Sean, this next question might be a little hard for you to answer.
That's all right.
Do you know? Okay, so Andrew Wolnez, we don't really have a date or time because it's an ongoing event.
It started on October 21st, and this is the 9th time, at least, that he's kicked my vehicle. 9th occasion that he's kicked my vehicle on. He's also thrown rocks at it on multiple occasions. The very first video is on my YouTube channel. It shows that he was calling me everything from pedophile to claiming that I was doing drugs in front of him and all sorts of crazy shit.
Okay.
There's a lot of witnesses at the Safeway to the situation. Fuck, I wish somebody would get a hold of Miriam, but I don't want to ask any of the managers there to do that because that's just rude. She said she was going to speak up about it before she left, though. I just don't know who it is that she would have spoken up to.
So I don't know how to get in contact with her. I did have Facebook, and she was my mutual friend on Facebook, but I deleted my Facebook a long time ago. October 21st start date and time. 9 times this vehicle has been assaulted, at least. Multiple occasions of verbal assault,
He's also physically assaulted me on at least 7 occasions.
Okay.
I've also got, there's a situation with a lady named Molly and also a guy who stalked me from Hood River named James Murphy.
I know those are really important, but I don't have that many characters remaining.
Yes,
and I
sir.
have to make this fortunately, as little as freaking possible.
Yep, so you are encountering the same issues that I encountered.
Yeah.
There's not enough to do it that way on the internet. You should try doing the one on the ACLU website. You get even less.
Yeah, I bet. I'm guessing that I'm just going to have to make multiple forms to share.
Yes, sir. That's one of the things about when I was trying to work with you to make a cheat sheet so that we could have a photocopy of that, one for you, one for me, and one for Candy. That way we'd all have the ability to take a look at it and be able to utilize that stuff. Because, I mean, writing it down, I've written it down so many times, but then I get it lost in my car, or, you know, people pull stuff out of my car all the time. I've lost notebooks because people wanted to borrow a piece of paper, or people scribble on the top of something that I just wrote, or things that other people wrote.
Yeah, this is right. So I'm going to ask you, this might be hard to answer as well. The police officers.
Yes.
Do you have a noted time of event for all of them at once, or do you have...
It wasn't all at once. It's been dragged out across 14 months. So it's going back all the way to August of 2022. The police kept telling me that they can't investigate themselves. I have to go to the state troopers. State troopers said that they don't police the police. I have to go back to the local police. Local police said that they don't investigate themselves. I have to go to the state troopers. State troopers said they don't police the police. I have to go back to the local police. Same exact thing that I had to go through in Nebraska. They do the same bullshit everywhere with homeless men.
Okay. All right.
They also coordinated with other jurisdictions to fuck with me too.
Yeah. If only they can pull out those documents, the videos and recordings. It's the courtrooms are all recorded. All of them are recorded.
Yeah, it's a matter of getting them to release that. Like right now, when I tried to turn in some of the human trafficking when I was in Hood River, I tried to get the body cameras from that, but they want money, and I have to fill out paperwork, and I have to go in with somebody or I'll be bullshit out of it.
Yeah.
And I've got recording after recording of police officers here, as well as in Morrington and Astoria and Hood River doing the exact same thing. So, I mean, when I'm paranoid of them doing something, it's because it's a fucking scare tactic that they're used to using against us.
Okay, boy, stop. No, no more. No, we're done.
It sounds like you have a lucky dog.
I do, and he is on top of me right now. Okay, hold on, stop. That boy, go. That boy, stop. Stop. Go get mama. Now he listens. Trying to bite me up. Okay, so I think I got as much information as I can work with right now. I'm already down 4,000 characters.
Yeah, that's one of the issues that I had. They've also got a 45-minute limit on most of them and a 30-minute limit on some of them.
That's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, Sean, I'm going to try my best to work on this and send it out for
All right.
now. Just so there's something I can do.
Would you let him know that my life is at risk and that I am being harmed?
I will include that.
Thank you. I'm gonna walk over to the Safeway because the direction Wolnez went, I'm pretty sure I still need to go over to the Safeway just in case.
Okay, Sean, you do whatever you can for your safety, okay?
All right.
Well, best wishes to you. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Be safe. Thank you.
Of course, Sean. You too. Bye-bye.
When I try to explain that I can't do this over the phone, what I get is, oh, well, can't you do it on your phone? No. But when I say no, when the people that I tell no, I can't do that, they just talk over me as if I had said yes. It's fucking mortifying. Like, Andrew Wolnez is literally trying to force me to kill him. That is fucking insane. And the fact that the police are fine with looking the other way. They'll look the other way to any crime committed against me. But they'll look for any excuse to come pick me up on bullshit. Because, see, it's not just the predators here in Tillamook. It's also the police being predators. And just like in Chapel, Nebraska, we're going to my predators to turn them into themselves only resulted in gaslighting. Same thing in Colorado. Think it's going to be different here without support? Not likely. The point is to do it together, to turn it in together, and to record it so that there is evidence of the effort. And a public pretender doesn't give a holy fuck about your effort. A public pretender doesn't give a holy fuck about your feelings or your emotions. A public pretender doesn't care if you lose every goddamn thing you've busted your whole life for. All a public pretender cares about is getting paid. And they get paid whether they win or lose. Welcome to Tillamook Island. Okay. I'm not very good with this thing.
Were you trying to get in line?
Oh no, I'm being patient in line.
Oh.
She had to go on her break, so they have to leave a manager lady here to watch it. Make sure that nobody reaches over and starts grabbing stuff and whatnot. They caught me once. All right, let's see how dizzy I can get in 10 minutes. But I think the last crazy and violent, and I deal with it by coming into the Safeway for my safety
Yeah.
and cruising around on this little cart like I'm playing Mario Kart.
Right.
I don't look much like Mario, do I? I need the hat.
So who's harassing you now?
His name's Andrew Wolnez.
Who's that?
Just a guy who heard a rumor and thinks it's okay to hurt people over it.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
Into American hands. For the last 10 months, Hollywood director Stevens has been filming on behalf of the US military leadership in Europe. The special feature of his work is that he is using 16mm color film.
The aircraft here also include a Messerschmitt Bf-109, the successful model Allied and Soviet pilots learned to fear. The German Air Force, the Luftwaffe, had been unable to prevent the Allies from crossing the Rhine. Consequently, the outcome of the war in the West had long been decided. George Stevens and his men were witnessing the demise of the Nazi regime.
Same dude went by my vehicle and kicked it again and yelled a bunch of stuff at me again. But on the bright side, there's coffee. I mean, thanks for the coffee. Yeah, I was born. Gracias.
The scenes which drew Stevens and this historic small town had been spared the ravages. It was now the headquarters of U.S. General Omar Bradley and his staff, who were planning a further advance to the River Elbe. The American military government had imposed strict rules on the civilian population.
A 7 to 7 curfew was now in place, and freedom of movement was limited to a radius of 6 kilometers from the town. All members of the Wehrmacht, the Waffen-SS, and the Volkssturm, the national militia, had to report to the U.S. commander's office. No one was allowed to use private or public transport. All communication via radio or the postal service was banned. It was also forbidden to read uncensored newspapers.
April the 9th, 1945, as American units advanced further east, they were accompanied by camera teams from the U.S. Air Force's Special Film Project 186. Engineers had built a pontoon bridge over the Werre to ensure troops at the front were kept well supplied. According to U.S. Secret Service reports, Hitler had decided to conduct operations in the south of the country, from his Alpine fortress, as it was known. Consequently, against the wishes of the British, the supreme commander of the Allied forces in the west had decided to leave Berlin to the Russians. General Eisenhower had already sent a telegram to Joseph Stalin, informing the Soviet leader that the Americans had no interest in the German capital.
Any obstacle was simply dynamited, and anyone getting in the way of the Americans paid the price. April the 9th, 1945. American units reached the ice-fed region in Thuringia. Shortly before, fighter bombers had attacked Günterode, killing 6 of its inhabitants. Now, peace reigned in the small town.
Not every town or village surrendered without a fight. Orders from Berlin to hold on were still having an effect. In Thuringia, too, time and again, fierce fighting cost the lives of many American soldiers. But the cameramen were not allowed to film any dead GIs. Young German soldier has surrendered. He has
Anyone who, without the express permission of the Führer, leaves his district when it is under enemy attack and who fails to fight to the bitter end is scum and will be treated as a deserter. Lift up your hearts and overcome all weakness. The cry now can only be victory or death.
A German non-commissioned officer who was still fighting at the front dryly commented in his diary,
The emphasis clearly seems to lie on the latter.
On April the 9th, 1945, another cameraman with Special Film Project 186 filmed US troops reconnoitering the situation. According to an intelligence report issued the previous day by the Allied Supreme Command,
It is blatantly clear that the enemy does not have enough forces in place to slow down our advance.
here, in the middle of Thuringia, the Americans had opened fire on the village of Eberlin. On April 11th, 1945, a German soldier on the other side of the front line was down.
There is no leadership, no longer any solidarity. The tanks push back everything in front of them. Since they cannot be combated with trucks, tanks, or heavy weapons, the will to resist is non-existent. Our troops are wandering around like rebels. There is no point in carrying our gear and our weapons around. They say the enemy has already taken Volta and reached Kiev. We don't know where to go or what to do. The situation is hopeless. We can only abandon ourselves to
Any resistance the Germans did put up was quickly crushed by American artillery. The teams then marched on through.
Oh, there it goes. You want the white one? It's open.
Sometimes it was only old men or members of the Hitler Youth who still tried to stop the enemy's advance.
Hollywood director George Stevens and his men were still waiting in Butteville. Routine passed the time with trips into the surrounding area. At Franken, along the Elbe, Stevens was allowed to film the provisional camp for German prisoners of war.
The Americans were virtually overwhelmed by the task of suddenly having to feed hundreds of thousands of surrendering German troops. They could muster up only the most basic of rations for their prisoners. And with no suitable shelter available, the Germans had to camp out in the open. In Moscow, the almost unhindered advance by American troops was viewed with mistrust. Stalin suspected that the Germans were surrendering their masses in order to spare their best troops for defensive building.
Soviet author Ilya Ehrenburg commented that the Germans are capitulating with fanatical tenacity. The Americans, he added, were defeating them with camels, thus implying that in this war they were merely tourists.
Some GIs were heavy-handed in their treatment of enemy soldiers. One German officer wrote in his diary,
There are growing signs of disintegration and desperation.
I live in my car right across the street. My clothes are all wet, except for what I'm wearing.
We walk, take park out here. It's all day, yeah, got dark. I'm trying to, $2. I'm trying to get some guy. Appreciate it. Somebody.
I'll be back. You ruined it by putting on the little headdress thingy. I was going to show you the
I wanted to
picture.
look like a lunch lady today.
Well, before you put that on, you look like this cute little Pomeranian. No, it wasn't a Pomeranian. It was a Yorkie.
You
It was
better
a
give her a
Yorkie.
10 now if you're going to do that to her. She needs it. Come on, I want to see it.
She's got plenty of self-esteem.
Well, you're treating her like a stripper, so you look at her like one.
I was treating her like a lunch lady.
No sloppy joes for you today.
Okay, y'all forgive me. I'm sorry, I was just holding my place in line with this ginormous beast of a machine. I said I was just holding my place in line with this ginormous beast of a machine. Will you do me a favor and take my 50 cents? You are such a gentleman. I don't think I said that right. And that was a velociraptor. Oh, I have 2 quarters. I could make this easy on both of us. Gracias. Or Donka, or I don't know how many languages I know how to say that in. Not as many as I can curse in. Thank you. It'll be just a minute. I'm making her do stuff. Ah! This is why they need to have licenses for Super Mario Kart.
Did you crash?
I did. I ran right into your little baskets here, the rope baskets, and I ran one of them right into the other one. On the bright side, it didn't have anybody. I am really bad at driving it. That's why I always look around corners to make sure there's nobody with a kid, because I will. I shouldn't have said it like that. Somebody will interpret it as a threat. If it was a threat, I wouldn't look both ways. Mr. Too. I was on the call you. All right, thank you for the coffee. I'm leaving you. You are powerful. Whoa. I feel like Sasquatch, at least in the beard. That one says I'm powerful. This one says I'm unique. I hope this is the only one that says this. Otherwise, I'm not that unique. Yorkie with a bow. Yorkie with a bow.
Showing pictures that match.
This is the hairdo I want.
Oh, that's nice. You're gonna have to get some fake hair on top.
I will too, huh?
Hi, Sean.
Oh, I got time.
She's happy now. Look at her. She got a smile now. She has a smile now.
Under the bus.
Where she went? What about this?
Did you get some? Okay.
You have to wrap those up.
Yeah, he wrapped up so nice.
I have to go to the back room and get to eat. Okay, I'm gonna use it.
Your box of Vicks is empty, and plus that, they always ask me for id, so I have to have somebody come over to the little thingy anyway. So I wanted to show you my id and get a big lighter or two if they're only
Yeah, I
coming
don't
two
need your
packs.
lighter for. I don't need your id for a lighter. But you know what? All I have though, babe. I don't know what happened on my days off. On my day off, this is all I have.
How much are they?
$5.
For two?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, I'm not smoking crack.
Right, I know, right?
All right, well, I'll tell you what, I know that I have a lighter in my car, I just don't want to dig for it.
Now you gotta go take.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know, I only got the one.
I usually have like
I'd
a
give
whole
it to
bunch
you.
up here. I don't know what happened on my days off.
well, apparently all the crackheads moved into town, or we had an emergency and everybody thinks that they need something to light their tea candles.
There you go. Could be. Probably a little bit of both.
They should have gotten swim trunks and some floaties.
Yeah, you need a roll
Jerry,
back.
I'm running to the bathroom.
All right, I'm gonna go make fun of some people who look different than me, or maybe some people who look the same. I haven't decided. Whatever's outside the door.
Yeah.
Different, yes. I'm gonna run around all day tomorrow telling people my name is Uniqua. And I'm one of a kind.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, 79 cents a gallon. How many gallons was it?
Yes, sir.
Then give her a card.
Hey man, this is me talking on the radio.
You don't have to keep it. It's the same, yeah, they're looking for it. No, it says, control alarm. Will be manually disabled.
You know what I noticed? The young man with the braces and the glasses who thinks you're the best thing since sliced bread is not here today.
Yeah, he is. That's why you said that? There's some. There's there's someone like mine, yeah, just.
You didn't want me to back up into her. Or him.
Do you know the guy with the big heart?
No, I don't, but I've seen him a couple of times this year. He was really super drunk. I said he was really super drunk.
I think he was on something, maybe, I don't really know. He came in and just asked for ice.
Yep. You know what the ones you got to be afraid of are, though? All right, so them people who mess with them blues, they're all addicted to ice cream.
Oh my God, there's one guy that tried to steal a cup of ice cream the other day. It was so funny.
And you got it on camera?
I probably. But then I went outside and he was just like watching around and then he was eating it. Yeah. You like ice cream? Are you addicted to ice cream? I have been enjoying that actually.
I used to love ice cream. I don't know why I don't anymore. I guess it is. I mean, it didn't really rob me of my childhood or anything. I had other things for that. But I do miss Little Debbie snack cakes. They don't have those here. You have the Nutty Bars. And that's it. All right, I'll be back.
Jay.
Am I in trouble?
No, sometimes I see people walk in here and I'm like, okay about it.
Oh.
Never mind. What do you need, ma'am?
I want a beard hat.
A what?
A beard hat. Like your hat, but they're for beards. Because I want people to know I'm a professional beardo.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm out.
Yeah.
No. I had to mug that poor girl for it. I was shortchanged.
You were gonna give me that coffee for free?
I was gonna.
How'd that work out?
I got an attitude and she made me pay for it.
Redheads are sassy.
I'm gonna blame it on that then.
Okay.
Because I'm smart enough not to blame it on anything else. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Chinese cuisine? My friends eat McDonald's, but I'm munching lean. I guess if it's down to 49%, so I better try to conserve battery. Here's the problem. If I conserve the battery until something happens, then I miss the event that happened, and then the cops refuse to do their job because, of course, I didn't get it recorded. But then again, if I keep it recording, then I'm told, oh, well, you shouldn't have recorded it. And that's the reason you're being abused. So in reality, fuck it. There ain't no way to win, is there?